Hello, everybody. It's Captain Marty here. Lots to talk about in the fishing weekend wrap-up, including what happened over at Pirates Cove for the 41st annual Billfish tournament. I'll be back in just a minute to do all of that.
Fishing Ocracoke is the ultimate lifetime dream for a lot of people. Captain Ernest with Gecko Sport Fishing and the Drum Runner can help you achieve that dream to the fullest. Whether you're looking to go offshore for tuna, mahi, and billfish, or inshore for puppy drum, speckled trout, and more, Gecko Sport Fishing and the Drum Runner can go from 2 feet to 2,000 feet of water. Full day, half day, and evening trips are available. Call Captain Ernest at 252-921-0095. Gecko Sport Fishing and the Drum Runner. Make your Ocracoke fishing dream a reality.
Hi, I'm Captain Jay Cudworth of the Kokomo with Paradise Dolphin Cruises at Safe Harbor Marina in Wanchese. I want to invite you to take a ride out on the Roanoke Sound to see the majestic bottlenose dolphins up close. As a native, I'll be telling you stories from these waters as a boy growing up in Wanchese. Nature and history have combined to make this area unique, and I love sharing this special place with special people. So come on aboard with me and my crew and experience the real beauty of the Outer Banks. For more information, go online to ParadiseDolphinCruises.com. Again, this is Captain Jay. I look forward to seeing you soon.
All right, so in the tournament, 4 days of fishing, 84 boats fished that tournament, and it went right down to the wire. And a popular victory in my mind, the Pelican with Captain Arch Rachel won the overall prize with 1,000 points. The Sweet Spot with Captain Chris Kubik was right behind him with 950 points. And the Viking 82 was in third place. And then over in the non-Omni category, which was something separate for the boats without Omni category, still a lot of prize money in that one as well. Charles Hayward came up through the pack with a not a triple header, but 3 white marlin on the last day, and ended up getting 500 points, edging out the Sniper and Jimmy Baines, who had 450, and the Widespread, who had 400 points. So Arch Rachel on the Pelican, I've always considered him to be one of the very best billfishermen in the world, and he was my dock partner for years, so congratulations, Arch. Good job for you. So a couple other things. The biggest dolphin was a 27.4 pounder on the wall hanger. The tuna, the biggest tuna was 62.1 pounds on the wall hanger also. And the biggest wahoo was 55.6 pounds on the J&B. All of those guys ended up winning $22,000 for each of those 3 categories. So the wall hanger won $44,000 because he had the biggest dolphin and the biggest tuna. So there is some money in those meat categories. So that's what happened. Now the next thing on the schedule is Virginia Beach out of Rudy Inlet. They'll be fishing that tournament. And I think Wednesday or Thursday is their first fishing day, so we'll keep you posted on all that as a lot of our boats go up there for that tournament. And that'll pretty well wind us up on our local tournaments, Hatteras and Oregon Inlet. And I think there's one more big tournament up the beach, might be the Mid-Atlantic. But right now, the folks are going to Virginia Beach. They put on a really popular, really fun tournament, so we'll keep you posted on those standings. Otherwise, over the weekend, they had to deal with some big seas on the bar, some swell, but mostly they got out. Good dolphin fishing in Hatteras with a few blackfin tuna, and it seemed like every boat each day caught 1 or 2 wahoos. The Carolina girl, Captain Jesse, my longtime sponsor and friend, caught a big dolphin, really one of the first big ones I've seen this year, a 42-pound dolphin or mahi, whatever you want to call it, on Saturday, so that was a big one. The Oregon Inlet fleet, on Saturday, they had the sheepdog event at Pirates Cove. It follows the tournament. It's for, veterans. It's a veterans tournament, pretty popular. And they had really good dolphin fishing and were able to get in and out without any problems across the bar. A few yellowfin tuna, a few wahoo in those catches, and both fleets have a scattered billfish. So that's what's going on there. As far as inshore fishing, pier and surf fishing as well, there's been a few cobia. There's a cobia or 2 caught by boat. There was at least 2 caught on piers, and there was several caught back in the Sound over the weekend. So that's encouraging. And the pier and surf bite was just about every species you could name. Sea mullet, spots, croakers, blues, and puppy drum led the way, but there was sand perch, and ribbon fish, and a little bit of everything like there is this time of year. The best solo bite was the sheephead bite down around the Bonner Bridge, the Bonner Bridge Pier. Tony Lombardi from WalkingAngler.com always keeps me filled in on that group. So they did good. And there was a good Spanish mackerel bite down in Hatteras off the beach. So really pretty good fishing for all the surf and pier stuff. Just summertime fare, really relaxing, really, to me, the most enjoyable of the pier and surf fishing. So we're going to take a little break right here, and I'll be back to talk about what happened in the backcountry.
Locally owned and operated since 1971, Billy's Seafood has been providing the locals and visitors of the Outer Banks with some of the freshest seafood you'll find. Not too far off the beaten path down Collington Road in KDH, Billy's Seafood has become a landmark for those seeking top-notch seafood at affordable prices. Billy's Seafood also has beer, wine, grandma's tuna salad, and other groceries as well. To see more, go online to billyseafoodobx.com. Billy's Seafood, putting fresh seafood on your table for over 50 years.
So in my notes, I'm just looking at my pad here. I wrote same old, same old. That's a good same old, same old. Drum bite is still good, very good. And we're talking about red drum, the North Carolina state fish. And yes, some of it is by people that just are really focused on that, really good at it. Some of it is by guides that are also really good at it. But, they're catching them in all size ranges, in all parts of the sounds, really. Some off the shore with wading fishing, some by boat, some out in the middle of the sound, some around estuaries, creek mouths that dump out into the sound, and of course the ones that have been around the inlet all summer. A lot of that is above the slot size, so it's catch and release fishing. But there's some places where, especially the guys fishing on bottom with cut bait, they're catching some that are in the slot size. And of course, we'd already talked about them catching them on the piers and in the surf. So it's been a good summer for drum fishing. It's also been a very good summer for speckled trout. So that's the same report I left you with on Friday. That's a good way to do it too. Plenty of speckled trout around. And same thing, some by kayak, some by wading, some by boats, some on the piers, but really the best of it is around the shorelines on the backside of Hatteras Island and around the southern tip of Wanchese, to give you an idea where you could start. In addition, there's some bluefish, there's a few black drum in the catches, and again, I will say for the second time, I've talked to the mates on the Crystal Dawn, and they were telling me that it's been a pretty good sea mullet bite. Finally, they're getting some bottom fish on the headboats out in the sound, and that's a good thing. It's really a great way to introduce your kids to fishing and get on any of our local headboats. Both of them, Miss Oregon Inlet and the Crystal Dawn, sponsor me, and I tell you, it's a lot of fun to go out and do that on one of our local headboats. So that's pretty much the long and the short of it. I had a good week over at Pirates Cove, a long week. I'm glad to be back home in the garden picking butternut squash and get back to the gym. But it was fun seeing my old friends. We did not weigh a blue marlin, which is a good thing. We haven't weighed but one in 3 years in that tournament. They have to be over 400 pounds to bring one to the dock, and that didn't happen. And we also, one other last footnote about billfishing. We did not have the white marlins like we've historically had, nor did Ocean City a week before our tournament. And both our area and Ocean City are known for their white marlin fishing. Last year, we didn't have very many white marlin, but I did see a legitimate post on Facebook of a boat fishing up off New England, all the way almost to Canada, and they had, in one day of fishing, they had a total of 30 billfish, 27 white marlin, and 3 blue marlin. That is the fishing like we sometimes have. Why those fish are hanging up there like that, I don't know, but it is an interesting footnote to end our fishing report with today. So go out, have some fun, wet a line, don't let anything get in your way. You're not going to catch them in the motel room. Have a great day, and God bless.